PEL fans, welcome to this week's live show. And in this week's live show, we've got a theme. It's going to be about numbers. Alright, so we're going to look at a lot of stats. We're going to look at breaking down what those stats mean. And really, these stats are going to tell you why some teams are really good in the PEL and why some are really struggling. Alright, so first things first, we're going to start off with the power rankings. This week's power rankings, or this quarter's power rankings, are brought to you by Daddy Leagues. Every time, once a year, I'll try to let Daddy Leagues do the power rankings, just so you know the computer kind of takes everything into account and gives their own version of their rankings, and it's a little different than what I would kind of rank everybody. All right, so we're gonna start at the bottom. And number 32, interestingly enough, is not the Jets. It is the Bengals. The computer has the Bengals at number 32. Number 31 is the Jets. And if you've seen these power rankings before, they assign a number to each team. And sometimes, you know, despite the record, that team has played a really good schedule. And it was reflective in that number. And that number is what ranks everyone, okay? So 32 is the Bengals, 31 is the Jets. Number 30 are the Kansas City Chiefs. 29 are the Tennessee Titans. 28 are the Baltimore Ravens. 27 are the Carolina Panthers, but still number one in our hearts. 26 are the LA Rams. 25 are the Houston Texans. 24 are Philadelphia Eagles. 23 Indianapolis Colts. 22 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 21 are the Arizona Cardinals. 20 Denver Broncos. 19 Green Bay Packers. 18 New Orleans Saints. 17 Oakland Raiders. 16 New England Patriots. 15 Dallas Cowboys. 14 Chicago Bears. 13 Big Blue New York Giants. Number 12 Washington Redskins. And number 11 Miami Dolphins. Alright, so we get to the top 10. This is where we start talking about people. Haven't heard your name yet, you're in the top 10. Congratulations. According to Daddy Leagues. Number 10, the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons actually lost tonight to the Cowboys in a game that was not on television because there was no stream. The hell. Anyways. The Falcons made a number of trades, as we already know, and you know, they're sitting in a pretty good spot in the NFC South. 2 games up on the Saints. Saints play me hopefully tonight after this. We'll see what's going on. If not tomorrow, but they're in a good spot to win that division and get into the playoffs. Number 9 are the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are 6-2. They hadn't played yet, so that's accurate. The big thing with them, they traded Dalvin Cook, thank God, because it was driving the league crazy. And they've got 2 first-round picks, or 3 or something like that. But anyways, you know, that NFC North is really tough, and I think them and Detroit are going to go all the way down to Week 17 to see who wins that division. Number 8 are the San Francisco 49ers, who have won 7 games in a row, and you know, it was only a matter of time before Levi started winning. It's a very good player, and that just makes the NFC West that much tougher, with the Cardinals getting better with a new owner, the 49ers now, and then the Seahawks on top of the division, of course. And we'll see where they are in the rankings here in just a second. Number 7 are those Detroit Lions I just talked about, 6-2, and somehow getting it done with Brad Kaya at quarterback. And you know, the success of rookie quarterbacks just makes me wonder, you know, all the stuff that EA talked about with making sure lower-rated quarterbacks aren't great. I don't know, man. We may have to look at some adjustments. But no, I'm kidding. But you know, Kendall's doing a really good job in Detroit, and he's got a real shot at the division there. Number 6 are the Jacksonville Jaguars at 6-2. In the AFC South, I think they're going to win that division going away. I don't see anyone really challenging them. The other 3 teams are struggling and in kind of rebuilding mode. So we'll see the Jags in the playoffs here in a few weeks, and we'll see where they ended up being seeded. It should be a pretty good one. I don't think their schedule's too tough going down the stretch. All right, top 5. Number 5, yours truly, Buffalo Bills. Somehow we are 7-1. We have made some trades, but like I said, we don't have any depth. I mean, we're one deep. If we get someone hurt, we're in a heap of trouble. And luckily, knock on wood, we've been able to survive the injury bug for the most part. They have had a couple of starters go out, but we've been able to get by. Excuse me, but we'll see where we stand. Going down the stretch, we got a lot of division games left. Number 4, the Cleveland Browns at 7-1. Any other division they'd be in the lead, but the AFC North has got someone called the Steelers in there that have impressed so far. So we'll see if that Week 17 game comes down to the division. I think they both have some tough games here coming up. Number 3 are the LA Chargers, according to Daddy Leagues. They're undefeated, and they played tonight, and they're still undefeated, but there was no stream, so nobody in the world saw it. Did it really happen if there was no stream? Think about it. Anyways, Deontay's been getting it done with a really strong defense, and I've got him next week, and I don't know how the hell we're going to deal with that. We'll figure something out. Number 2 are the Pittsburgh Steelers at 8-0. Another rookie quarterback starring here, and Joshua Dobbs. Ben Roethlisberger continues to sit the bench, and Pittsburgh fans really don't care because they're undefeated. So, hey, let the good times roll into Steel City. And number 1, according to Daddy Leagues, for the first time ever, the Seattle Seahawks and Ben. And I tell you, it's been a long road for this to happen. But they're there, and they made a trade to pick up Justin Houston, which, helps out their defense a good bit. And it's obviously, you don't make a move like that unless you feel like you can win a Super Bowl. So they gave up a first-round pick in that deal, and we'll see what happens. That's a tough NFC you're going to have to come through. So, but those are your power rankings this week or this quarter. We do them every 4 weeks. So after week, we'll be about week 13. After that, we'll do another set of power rankings, and we'll see where everyone sits after that week. All right, we're gonna jump over and look at some team stats here. League leaders in offense. All right, total offense. Number 1, New York Giants. Number 2, Dallas Cowboys. Number 3, Green Bay Packers. Number 4, New England Patriots. And number 5, Detroit Lions. Those are your top 5 offenses in total offense. Top 5 passing teams. Number 1, New York Giants. Number 2, Green Bay Packers. Number 3, Detroit Lions. Number 4, Indianapolis Colts. Number 5, New England Patriots. You can tell who's throwing the most post routes here. Top 5 rushing teams. Number 1, Dallas Cowboys. Number 2, Minnesota Vikings. Number 3, LA Chargers. Number 4, yours truly, Buffalo Bills. And number 5, Cleveland Browns. Running the football, getting it done. Jump over to defense. Your top defenses. Total defense. Number 1, Seattle Seahawks. Number 2, LA Chargers. Number 3, Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 4, Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 5, Washington Redskins. Notice, all 5 of those teams have winning records. So defense is the key if you want to win. Alright? Keep that in mind to you younger teams that may be struggling a bit. If you want to build your team, build your defense first. Top 5 passing defenses. Number 1, Seattle Seahawks. No surprise. Number 2, Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 3, LA Chargers. Number 4, Washington Redskins. Number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars. So the top 5 total defenses lead the top 5 passing defenses. Shut down the pass, you can really win a lot of games. Top 5 run defenses. Number 1, Dallas Cowboys. Number 2, LA Chargers. Number 3, yours truly, Buffalo Bills. Number 4, Seattle Seahawks. And number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars. Alright. So you see, a lot of good teams on that defensive side of football getting it done. Okay. That's the key to success. Look at some player stats here. League leaders, offense and passing. Number 1, Andrew Luck, Indianapolis Colts. Number 2, Brad Kaya, Detroit Lions. Number 3, Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers. Number 4, Eli Manning, New York Giants. Number 5, Matt Ryan, Atlanta Falcons. Top Russians in the league. Number 1, Ezekiel Elliott, Dallas Cowboys. Number 2, Dalvin Cook, who is now in, where did he go? New England? Yeah, New England. Hadn't updated on Daddy Leagues yet. Number 3, Le'Veon Bell, Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 4, Doug Martin, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that no one is scared of. Number 5, Melvin Gordon, LA Chargers, but he's hurting right now, I believe. Top 5 receivers. No surprise here. Number 1, Odell Beckham Jr. Number 2, Dez Bryant, Dallas Cowboys. He was on the block, but nobody traded for him. Number 3, Terrell Pryor Sr., Washington Redskins. Number 4, Julio Jones, Atlanta Falcons. And number 5, T.Y. Hilton, the Speedster for the Indianapolis Colts. Jump on to some top defenders here. Now, these numbers can be skewed on leading tackles because of Sims. So keep that in mind when I go down through these. Number 1, Quan Alexander, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a lot of Sims. Number 2, DeMario Davis, New York Jets, a lot of Sims. Number 3, Eric Berry, New York Jets, a lot of Sims. Number 4, B.J. Goodson, New York Giants, that may be legit. Number 5, Sheldon Richardson, New York Jets, a lot of Sims. Alright, here we go, sacks. Now these are legit. Number 1, Vic Beasley, Atlanta Falcons. Number 2, Solomon Thomas, rookie for the 49ers. Number 3, Michael Bennett, Seattle Seahawks. Number 4, Takarst McKinley for the Falcons. Falcons with a pass rush, good lord. And number 5, Cliff Averill for the Seahawks. So Atlanta and Seattle really getting after the passer. All 5 of those are from the NFC, so they're really getting after it over there. Interception leaders. Number 1, Cam Chancellor for the Seahawks. Number 2, C.J. Mosley, Baltimore Ravens. Number 3, Prince Amakamura, Chicago Bears. Number 4, Jason McCourty, Cleveland Browns. And number 5, Jatavis Brown, linebacker for the LA Chargers. Alright, we're going to jump to some team stats on the Madden game here. And I'm going to just pick out some that are very important to me, that really show successful teams here. And I'm going to go through the top 5 teams on these, alright? Conversion percentages, third down. Listen to this top 5. Cowboys number 1, Seahawks number 2, Browns number 3, Steelers number 4, Bills number 5. Look at those teams and look at those records for each of those teams. Bills 7-1, Steelers undefeated, Browns 7-1, Seahawks undefeated. Cowboys may be the only exception in there, but I think they're like 5-3 or something, so they're still a winning team. Winning teams convert third downs and they move the football and they keep it going. Okay? That's the key to success. Red zone efficiency. This is interesting here. I'm going to sort this by touchdowns. Anyone can kick a field goal, right? Alright, so touchdowns in the red zone. Number 1, Cowboys. Number 2, Bills. Number 3, Colts. Keeping the Sims in mind, alright? Number 4, Seahawks. Number 5, Browns. 4 out of 5 of those teams, top touchdown getters in the red zone. Don't settle for field goals. Play for the touchdown when you get down there, alright? Just for the heck of it, let's look at penalties. Who's the most penalized team in the league? Anyone take a guess if you're watching? I'll wait 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No guesses. Alright, so it's the Jets. Jets are the most penalized team, followed by the Raiders, Buccaneers, Cardinals, and Giants. A lot of Sims in there. Keep that in mind, okay? Turnover difference. This is very important, alright? First of all, let's look at the worst turnover difference teams, and then we'll look at the best. The worst team in giveaways: Tennessee Titans, -13. Houston Texans, -13. Green Bay Packers, -10. Cincinnati Bengals, -9. Then the Dolphins, -9, and the Cowboys, -9. Alright? Turnover difference, a lot of those teams are struggling this year. You can't turn the football over and win. Best turnover difference teams: Seahawks, +25. Browns, +21. Chargers, +19. 49ers, +15. Steelers, +14. Vikings, +11. Bills, +7. Lions +7, Raiders +6, all winning teams with positive turnover margins. Don't turn the football over, you can win football games. That's simple. Alright. We'll jump into some awards here, and I'll tell you who's leading the yearly awards right now. Alright, it's kind of early, but I'm going to go through the top 10 in these awards, alright? Right now, season ended, Brad Kaya would be league MVP. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves. Brad Kaya? Really? He got cut in real life, and now he's with the Panthers as our third string quarterback. God dang, come on, guys. Come on, NFC. Jesus. Ezekiel Elliott, number 2. Le'Veon Bell, number 3. Dak Prescott, number 4. Doug Martin, number 5. Dalvin Cook, number 6. Melvin Gordon, number 7. Josh Dobbs, number 8. Duke Johnson Jr., number 9. Ryan Tannehill, number 10. Coach of the Year. Right now, Anthony Lynn, LA Chargers. Would be your Coach of the Year. Excuse me. Coach of the Year, followed by Mike Tomlin of the Steelers. Sean McDermott of the Bills. Pete Carroll of the Seahawks. Hugh Jackson of the Browns. Kyle Shanahan, 49ers. Kendall made himself a coach. He's the Lions. Doug Marrone, Chargers. Doug Marrone, Jaguars. Chris Dale made himself at the Vikings. And Willie Walsh Jr. for the Dolphins. Okay. AFC Offensive Player of the Year right now would be Le'Veon Bell, followed by Dalvin Cook, who's now a Patriot. Duke Johnson Jr. for the Browns. Melvin Gordon, Chargers. LaShawn McCoy, Bills. Josh Dobbs, Steelers. Jay Ajayi, Dolphins. Leonard Fournette, Jags. Andrew Luck, Colts. Tom Brady, Patriots. Alright, so we're going to go top 5 on the rest of these. Defensive Player of the Year right now. Wow, Jatavis Brown for the Chargers, followed by Melvin Ingram, Chargers. Bruce Irvin, Raiders. Jason McCourty, Browns. And Reggie Ragland, Bills. Wow, he's doing good. Offensive Rookie of the Year right now would be Dalvin Cook, now the Patriots. Josh Dobbs, Steelers, number 2. Fournette, number 3, Jags. Number 4, Pat Mahomes, Chiefs. Number 5, Kareem Hunt, Chiefs. Defensive Rookie of the Year right now, Raekwon McMillan for the Dolphins. Marcus May, number 2 for the Chiefs. Desmond King, number 3 for the Chargers. Myles Garrett, number 4 for the Browns. And Tre'Davious White, number 5 for the Bills. Best QB right now. Number 1, Ryan Tannehill, Dolphins. Number 2, Derek Carr, Raiders. 3, Mariota, somehow for the Titans. Number 4, Mahomes for the Chiefs. And number 5, Matt Stafford with the Jets. Best running back, Le'Veon Bell, Steelers. Number 2, Cook for the Patriots. Duke Johnson Jr., Browns. Number 3, Gordon, number 4 for the Chargers. 5, LaShawn McCoy for the Bills. Best receiver right now, Corey Coleman for the Browns. Number 1, Amari Cooper. Number 2 for the Raiders. Tyreek Hill, number 3 for the Chiefs. T.Y. Hilton, number 4 for the Colts. And Allen Robinson, number 5 for the Jags. Best O-lineman, Joe Thomas for the Browns. DeCastro, number 2 for the Steelers. Number 3, Marcus Gilbert for the Steelers. Kevin Zeitler, number 4 for the Browns. And number 5, Richie Incognito for the Bills. Best D-line, Melvin Ingram, Chargers, number 1. Malik Jackson, number 2 for the Jags. Number 3, Cameron Wake for the Dolphins. Number 4, Cameron Hayward for the Steelers. Number 5, Myles Garrett for the Browns. And yeah, that's Tannehill as best QB. I was as shocked as you are. Game damn broke. Broke as fuck. Best number 1, Bruce Irvin with the Raiders. Number 2, C.J. Mosley for the Ravens. 3, Jatavis Brown for the Chargers. 4, Reggie Ragland for the Bills. Number 5, Jamie Collins Sr. for the Browns. Best DB. Number 1, Jason McCourty, Browns. Number 2, Mike Mitchell, Steelers. Number 3, T.J. McDonald, obtained in a trade from the Dolphins, now with the Browns. Number 4, Rashad Jones for the Dolphins. And number 5, Sean Smith for the Raiders. Best kicker. This is where the real competition is. Number 1, Stephen Gostkowski with the Patriots. Number 2, Stephen Hauschka on his ass for the Bills. Number 3, Cody Parkey for the Browns. Number 4, Chris Boswell with the Steelers. And number 5, Jason Myers with the Jaguars. Alright, NFC. Top 5 only. Offensive Player of the Year, Ezekiel Elliott, number 1. Doug Martin, number 2. Brad Kaya, number 3. Odell Beckham Jr., number 4. Dak Prescott, number 5. Defensive Player of the Year, Michael Bennett, Seahawks, number 1. Paul Alexander, Bucks, number 2. Cam Chancellor, number 3, Seahawks. Number 4, Solomon Thomas 49ers. Number 5, Vic Beasley Jr. with the Falcons. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Brad Kye, number 1 for the Lions. Kenny Galladay, who the hell? Number 2 for the Lions. Number 3, CJ Beathard for the 49ers. Quarterback. Number 4, KD Cannon for the Lions. What the hell? And number 5, Curtis Samuel for the Panthers. Defensive Rookie of the Year, number 1, Alex Anzalone for the Saints. Number 2, Solomon Thomas for the 49ers. Number 3, Jamal Agnew, safety for the Lions. Number 4, Takaris McKinley for the Falcons. And number 5, Jonathan Allen for the Redskins. Best quarterback, number 1, Prescott, Cowboys. Number 2, Drew Brees, Saints. 3, Jameis Winston, Bucks. Number 4, Carson Palmer, Cards. Number 5, Carson Wentz, Eagles. Best running back, Elliott, Cowboys. Number 2, Doug Martin, Bucks. Number 3, Ty Montgomery for the Packers. Number 4, Thomas Rawls, Seahawks. Number 5, Jordan Howard for the Bears. Best receiver, number 1, ODB, Giants. Number 2, Dez Bryant, Cowboys. 3, Julio Jones, Falcons. 4, Devontae Adams, Packers. Number 5, Redskins, Terrell Pryor. Best O-line, 1, Trent Williams, Redskins. Number 2, Zach Martin, Cowboys. 3, Frederick, Cowboys. 4, Smith, Cowboys. 5, Alex Mack, Falcons. Best D-line, Michael Bennett, number 1, Seahawks. Vic Beasley, Falcons. Number 2, Solomon Thomas. Number 3, 49ers. Aaron Donald, number 4, the Beast with the Rams. Cliff Averill, number 5, Seahawks. Linebackers, Alex Anzalone, number 1, linebacker. I got to watch him, huh? Number 2, Bobby Wagner, Seahawks. Number 3, Levante David, Bucks. Number 4, Quan Alexander, Bucks. Number 5, B.J. Goodson, Giants. Best DB, Cam Chancellor. Number 1, Seahawks. Richard Sherman. Number 2, Seahawks. Number 3, Prince Amakumara, Bears. Number 4, Harrison Smith, Vikings. And number 5, Jamal Agnew, Lions. And the one we're waiting for, best kicker in the NFC, number 1, Phil Dawson, Cardinals. Number 2, Caleb Sturgis, Eagles. Number 3, Kai Forbath, Vikings. Number 4, Mike Nugent, Giants. And number 5, Greg Zuerlein, Rams. Go get them, kickers. All right. So those are your yearly award leaders right now. We got 3 minutes left in the show. Anybody got anything to say, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to end this bad boy right now. We'll kind of finish with some recaps of some games that have been just played today as we advance tonight. Seattle 16, Arizona 10. Seattle keeps its streak going. Looking at the game here, they forced a couple turnovers. They didn't turn the football over. That's the key to winning football games, not turning the football over. And they forced 2 turnovers for the Cardinals. Deontay won against the Jaguars earlier, 27-13. Jags actually led at the half, 13-10. Big thing in this game, they got pressure. I believe it was 4 sacks by the Chargers. Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa both led the way. I think Ingram had 2.5 sacks, and Bosa had 1.5. Cowboys 28, Falcons 24. Dallas rushed for 209 yards in this game. Big thing in this one, they forced 1 turnover, and they really controlled the clock. I think the Falcons only had about 20 offensive plays the whole game. So that's damn crazy. And the last game that's been played, the Patriots defeated the Broncos 24-7 as the Broncos continue to struggle. 5 turnovers in this game. Patriots rushed for 220 and threw for 192. Look at that. So it looks like Dalvin Cook had a big game. Let's look real quick. Yep, 11 for 124 and a touchdown. So the superstar continues to grow, even in New England. So good job, all you guys getting your games in. And Dolphins MP Heavy says they need an internal investigation on the Chargers. Everyone needs to be tested, and I agree. There's got to be some PEDs or something going on out there, because it don't make no damn sense. You had a lot of players on that awards list, and if we went in depth and looked at their stats, they probably got a lot of really good players with high numbers in the stat columns there. Alright, so without further ado, that is the end of tonight's PEL Live show. We thank you for watching. Appreciate your support, and we'll see you on Sunday with a brand new episode of PEL Storylines on a lot of drama brewing up, and we'll bring it to you then. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.